Welcome to your daily focus, August the 23rd, 2022. So we have the sun officially in Virgo today, plus I think Mercury and Saturn are talking. The sun and Chiron are talking. So we'll get to all of that. Let me first introduce myself. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. We have the 23 energy today. The 23 energy is about following that gut feeling to maybe take a risk on yourself where you're kind of sitting on the fence, to go for it. It's kind of like you are well protected. So you can't go too far outside the lines today. So if you want to try something different or implement something in your life, this is kind of good testing grounds for it. Going after something, learning about something a little bit more, stepping a little bit deeper into a relationship perhaps, or stepping into a relationship, finding a new way of putting spark into an existing relationship. 2 plus 3 is a 5. It's a busy energy, so expect busy today. It's also one where we want to create joy in our lives, happiness in our life. Giggles, smiles, dancing, creativity. If we do the numerology of the day, it's a 19, so it's the I am energy. It's about knowing that you have walked a path to a certain point and you are in the here and now and you are ready to go forward. You are ready to step into a new challenge, a new opportunity, one that will serve you, one that will inspire you, one that will bring out your passion, your creativity, your inventiveness, the true you, your talents, your abilities. It's about shining. 1 plus 9 is a 10. 10 is a lucky energy. It's about seasons changing. It's about finishing chapters in your life, finishing complete books in your life, for that matter. It's about, a season, a new season is coming, a lighter energy is coming. And 1 plus 0 is the one, the I am, the independent, the trailblazer. So it's a very young energy that just wants to get her done and get her done and get her done. So it's a motivating energy, and it pushes us. I am. So who do you want to be going forward? The person you are? Do you want to make changes in your life? Do you want different habits, behaviors, routines, jobs, relationships? Are you growing the other things in your life? Sun is officially in Virgo. What does that mean for us? Well, say goodbye to Leo energy. So we have a lot of fun and everything, although we'll still have a little bit of fun. We're still in that summertime vibe for, half the world. For most of the world, half the world, I guess it would be. So for us, summer, for you, winter, but it's like that summertime vibe where you want to get out and you want to do and you want to celebrate and you want to get together with people and laugh. And now we move into Virgo. Virgo is more of focusing on our work, focusing on our organization, focusing on our health, how to be more useful in society, to stand for something, to be needed. We become analytical. We become a little bit more of the perfectionist. We definitely want to be organized, practical, helpful, responsible. Mercury and Saturn are talking, and that also is a sort create, organized kind of energy there. So that's going to be pushing us into that Virgo, feeling that energy a little bit more. And this evening, I think the Sun and Chiron are not getting along so well. So that's where we start to doubt our inner guide, our gut feeling, okay? So we start off the day wanting to follow our gut feeling, and at the end of the day, we might look back and say, oh, I don't know if that was such a good idea. If that happens to you, know it's just the Sun and Chiron putting a little bit of doubt in there for you to think about what you've done, yes, but not spiral down the rabbit hole. You probably made some very wise and educated decisions going forward today. And at the end of the day, don't doubt your gut. Don't doubt that feeling, that emotion, that knowing, that clarity that you had when you made the decision, okay? Because it was probably 99.9% right, okay? But there will be some doubt, and I think it's more for us to just go back and review. Okay, so if anything, notice what a great job you did making that decision. Notice how wonderful you handled all the energy, and it just kind of brought everything into a peace, a calm, a happiness, a joy through that decision. Even if you know that the next couple of steps might be hard because you've made that decision, you know that you're going towards a very positive outcome. So, okay, let's see what the cards have to say, shall we? And thank you to everybody who like my long videos. I just, I turn on record and I let them take over. And I don't edit it. I don't think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You know how you're watching somebody and all of a sudden there's that blurb and then they're still talking about the same thing. Where did they go? Why aren't they sharing that with us? Because it was a message and they were probably channeling it like I seem to do, because I definitely miss time when I turn on that, hit the record button. I think, oh, wow, that wasn't a long video. And it's like 20, 30, 40 minutes. So I do apologize for those people that maybe don't have that optimum time to come in. But even if you hear part of it, at least you got a little bit of information. Maybe just the numerology, or maybe go forward to the animal if you want. You know my routine. You know what I do here. I don't change it up too often for you like some other. It's always a new deck, but I consistently stay with the same deck so you know where I am in the reading. So if you're not into numerology, you know to really you can skip through that part and whatnot. But if you're into all three and seeing how the energy all comes together as one, that's what I like doing. The more tools we have in the toolbox, the better the clarity, the understanding of the situation. Anyways, look who we got here at the bottom, the Hermit. The Hermit is about being in the now. Being very truthful about where you are. Don't make it better, don't make it worse. Where you are, and accepting that. Accepting exactly where you are, the truth of where you are. You might be wanting to go towards money or something, and if you're not being truthful with yourself, okay? So you go, oh, I'm okay financially, but I could use some extra money. Well, you're not okay and need money at the same time. That's two different things. So you can't use that anymore, okay? You want to sit down and do a budget. You want to see how much you need for that trip you want to take, that toy you want to buy, that remodeling that you want to do. And then you have to sit there and say, okay, really, in order to make this work, I need this much money. That's what I need, this much money. And watch it come in. But if you're sitting there and going, yeah, I'm okay, but I could use extra money, it doesn't work, and you're not being truthful with yourself about your money situation. Okay, so it's about being truthful. Once you are at that point, you can look forward and say, okay, here's the steps I'm going to take. I've got some projects underway and I'm just kind of doing it rough right now. And so I'm measuring hauls and, okay, what would I need for this and what's out there in the world. And, I'm going some very cheap routes to try and have a little bit of pizzazz, because that's what I want to do. Because I know that wanting the pizzazz is probably not, that'll be the next house. That'll be the mansion. So, but for this house, just to make it look more appealing, and even if it only lasts for a couple of years until I get a firm footing to where I want to go. And so I'm doing it in bite-sized pieces, so I'm getting things accomplished and things are looking better. And so my outlook automatically becomes better, because now I'm walking into all these little projects that I'm starting to do, and I'm ordering this here and I'm ordering that there, and then bringing this together, and I sit there in the room and I contemplate, and that's all part of it. But knowing what your dollar amount is going to be, well, you have to be very truthful with yourself, or it's never going to happen in your life. then see where you want to go and how you're going to do those steps. So I'm doing the quick fixes right now, so it looks beautiful and I bring a better energy in around me, and then we're going to go for the stuff that I really want to get done. But it's progression, because I know my finances and I'm very honest with myself about the finances. But and use that for every part of what you're looking for. If you're looking at relationships and whether you should go forward in the relationship or add to the relationship or go towards a new relationship. Maybe it's a best friend, maybe it's a lover, maybe it's a new neighbor, maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's your health and well-being that you're pulling yourself into the cave for. Be honest with yourself about what you're actually doing in the present, and then you can start layering. Be honest with yourself about what you eat, and then you start layering, taking step by step. So the hermit is beautiful because we can kind of slow down a little bit and really think about where we are and where we want to go, and make a strategy, make a plan. A plan that, and today with the 23 energy, it's a beautiful day to start planning our path forward and how we're going to know that we've hit each benchmark. So write down a little strategy today. Take some time out, journal it. Put it in your gratitude book or your gratitude journal that you are grateful that you have these choices to make in your life. We have the moon as our first card. Wow. So it's about our inner happiness. It's about our inner child. It's about letting out our inner child. I've decided my house was too drab. All the walls are the same color. And, I want a little bit of pizzazz. I want a little bit of brick here. I want a little bit of marble there. I want a mirror over here. I want a plant over there. And why am I doing that? To bring in joy in my life, to see a whole new house built around me, a whole new energy built around me that is in harmony with my inner child, with who I am, with my emotion. So it's about really paying attention to your heart. It's about paying attention to your emotion. It's about paying attention to that inner child that is still in there. Remember when you were little and you can just run and play hopscotch and skip and football and baseball and soccer, and remember all that stuff you used to do? You're still in there. When do we stop skipping? I don't, all of a sudden one day it's not cool anymore to skip down the sidewalk or twirl and dance. Although I still do, and my kids are just like, oh my gosh, please don't, Mom. They're not kids anymore. But it's about feeling the freedom, feeling the liberation, bringing it in, bringing it surrounding you. And so it's an energy work from the inside out. You allow your inner child to take over your space and create happiness and joy in your life. Comfort, security, foundations, everything, and it's a project of love. Okay, we've got the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so while we're feeling all this, we want to do so much, we also have to look at our relationships that we presently have and understand if they are healthy relationships for us. Is there a give and take? Are you like-minded? Where do you give? And it's different. I'm talking a different energy than charity work or something like that. Okay? It's the people around you. Maybe you bring your bright eyes and your smile. Another person brings their organizational skills. Another person brings their logic. Another one brings their whole heart and just throws it on the table. And that's what makes friendships so wild and wonderful, right? But is it a two-way street? Where does your energy go and where does your energy come from? The King of Swords. Oh, look at that. We get determined here. We get determined to step forward today in some way, in some form. Now, we are in full moon energy, so chances are we're going to see where we need to utilize that sword really, really fast. Okay, so we might not make much headway. But we're going to chop a little bit with that sword, and we're going to chop a little bit with that sword. And we know the direction we're going in. So just chop a little bit more. And chop a little bit more. Eventually you're going to get there with this kind of energy, because this is a no fuss, no muss. We don't want all the extras, all the fluff. So he's a lot happier now that the sun has moved into Virgo, I'm sure. Because he wants to get things done. He wants to get things organized. He wants to get things in his ducks in a row. And so do you. You're starting to feel this energy. You're still going to have some summer fun. In fact, Virgo, if you really want, it's camping. It's getting out in nature and feeling the sensuality and the beauty of nature and just taking it all in. Perfect for Virgo energy. So if you're thinking of a last minute vacation before the summer season ends, camping. By far you will enjoy camping more than any other vacation, just because of the Virgo energy and what it brings into the picture. So the King of Swords, we want to get going forward, and I kind of feel like there's a resistance that if we actually try and take steps today, we might just be hacking away. We're like bush cutting, right? So you're sitting there, and I've been doing that on my property, which is why I kind of giggled. And all of a sudden you're making a path. And you're getting there, and you're getting somewhere. And as you go, maybe you'll build along the sides of it a little bit. Remember, it's not just getting from A to B. It's the journey in between that we have to marvel at, that we have to fill with passion every day in order to keep us motivated and keep us moving forward in the way we want. Let's get a mantra card. Okay, let's see what our mantra is going to be today. It is face your fears. Release the power of fear. Face your fears, like I said, okay? You're looking at things, but you have to be truthful with yourself. The Hermit. So, face your fears. Take off that blindfold, or maybe look deep within. Maybe the blindfold needs to be there so we look deep within and we understand what we're truly fearful. When you look fear in the eye, when you say, you know what, I'm terrified of that. I want to do this, that, and the other thing, but I'm terrified of talking to somebody over the phone, and they'll come to my home and they'll judge me and they'll judge my home, and I don't want to be judged like that. So why is that there? Why would I think that would be a thing? So you start to go backwards to the fear and what stops you in your tracks. So you want to do this step. Now we need to come back to the starting line. What was in the way? What blocked us? Now, why did that block us? So maybe it's a fear of putting yourself out there. Maybe it's a fear of speaking, communicating with another. Maybe you're too angry to and you're worried about your words, or maybe you're too sad to and you're worried about your words. But what is the fear? What is the anxiety that sets in, that kind of freezes you in time, that makes it you look like you're procrastinating? You're not procrastinating. You know exactly where you want to go, but there is that roadblock. There is that something that doesn't allow you to go past, and that's your fear. And you look that fear in the eye and you work a little bit on taking it backwards and understanding that about yourself. The Moon card, look within. And the fear will go away. It'll disintegrate. It'll be like the fear was never there, ever. Because once we see what it is, we're not that afraid to actually push through it. And once we push through it, we go, wow, that was way too easy. It's like somebody who doesn't want to go to the bank because they're right on the edge, so they don't want to get refused, and they're just their integrity, and oh my gosh, what will people think of me, and they'll look at me. Well, chances are they're complete strangers anyway, so who gives a rat's behind? Oh, we didn't even go to the book for that. I'm so sorry. I got a little carried away there. Sorry. Face your fears. Face your fears. It's exhilarating when you do. And you find out how little there was to actually be fearful of in about 60-70% of the cases. Some of them need a lot of work, though. Okay, some of them it's hard. Everyone experiences fear in some way. To triumph over fear, you need to understand it. Only then can you release its power over you. Fear has a subtle way of showing you the dark side of yourself, immobilizing you, stealing your freedom, stealing your courage. Fear can also show you that something is worth fighting for, and it's an opportunity to build courage and a brave heart. The magic of nature and your angels will encourage you to overcome fear. Overcome fear of things like change, loneliness, or the unknown. You can be brave to face these challenges. The mantra is, I have courage to overcome my fears. I have courage to overcome my fears. And what's the first thing that it actually steals? Is your courage. So just say, no, my courage is here. I'm going to look it in the eye. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to work out my budget. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have a conversation about our relationship. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go inside and understand where this all started. We have the white stag, the protector. You are an old soul. Can we get it any better in there? I guess I should. Beggars can't be choosers. Okay, here we go. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. So it's very much that moon energy. Use your intuition. The 23 energy. Use your intuition. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. So the white stag, let's hold him so he doesn't have a round circle around him. There you are. So you are an old soul. We do. I believe in reincarnation. I don't know if you do or don't, but past lives and future lives to come. And many of us, if you think that if you have a past life and you had a past life way back in the Egyptian era, you've probably been back many times. So know that chances are, if you're here, you are an old soul. The card is very, very accurate there for almost everybody here, I would think. Your best friend is nature. So get out in nature. Walk barefooted. Feel the wind in your hair. Feel the sun hitting your face. The aromas. The touch of bark. A fly landing on the card. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. It's very much about understanding those steps. The hermit at the bottom, he's the shadow card of the day, and boy did he ever come through loud and clear within each one of these cards, and the numerology and the astrology. So pay attention to the hermit today. Pay attention to that kind of energy of understanding where we want to sort in our life, create in our life, create order in our life, perhaps where we want to be more responsible, where we need to be more organized, where we need to be more loyal or helpful or responsible. Look at different parts of your life, and I think with this kind of energy, wow, when you hit that new moon on Saturday, you are going to be just like takeoff. It's a plane, what is it? It's a plane, it's a bullet, I don't know. It's Superman. No, it's you. It's you soaring through the clouds, doing the impossible, but showing us it was possible all along. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.